Well, every time we talk to Robert Wuhl, he's talking fast. He's either a DJ in Good Morning Vietnam or a pitching coach in Bull Durham, and now as a hard-driving newsman, I guess the chatter still continues, huh?
Well, I'm working on slowing this down a bit. Actually, it was a great story that Nicholson told me that when he met John Wayne in an elevator one day, and Wayne turned to him and goes, "I hear you're an actor." He looked at him and he goes, "Talk low, talk slow." He says, this is the advice he gives me." However, he says, "No one talks slower than I do."
Right. Yeah,
so maybe there's something to that.
I hear another voice creeping in there. Somebody you've been working with lately, I think. Well, you know, it's funny. We were doing a little baseball chatter last time on Bull Durham.
Right.
You're the man, you're the man, you're the man. But this time, Park Row. You know, roll-top desks, telephones, hats jammed over your head. Do you like that?
Get me copy. Stop the presses.
You know, the newspaper helps give us a kind of sense of a past tense, even though it's a future world, doesn't it?
Right. I enjoy it. I like the juxtaposition of all those kind of things. I think it works. I think it establishes an overall tone, and it's a movie. That gives it that comic book feel a little bit. It's like, you know, it's a make-believe world. You know, I like that a lot.
And even if Vicky Vale gives up on the story, you're still persistent.
Yeah, I'm not giving up on this. I got a great story here.
And a great role. You were talking about the fact that this is a loser and you love it. Could you explain a little bit?
Well, I don't look at him as a loser. This is a guy who is a tenacious reporter who sees his chance to get his day in the spotlight, and he is after this story about the bat, and nobody believes him. I mean, he's a guy you gotta root for because the police won't listen to him. His editors think he's idiots. The colleagues on the staff are making jokes about him, and the girl that he's got a crush on, Vicky Vale, is going for the rich guy. I mean, how can you not like this guy?
Take us out of the set. You like to hang out in London, you said.
Good place to hang out with, and a good man to hang out with Nicholson. This is
the
a good
gold
man.
card.
Gold card, you know.
Tell us about the gold
card.
Well,
we went to the Hard Rock Cafe one night. There was a big line, so Nicholson says, "I don't have to stand in line. I got a gold card." And I said, "Jack, when was the last time you stood in line for anything?" He goes, but this gave him the credibility, so he went up there and goes, we went right to the front, and everybody loved him. I mean, there is nobody like Jack Nicholson.
Has it been a roll of the dice or extraordinary planning that's had you involved in such seemingly wonderful projects? Good locations, good people to work with, you can keep the chatter up, you know. What's gone into this? Do you look up sometimes?
Well, I've been pretty fortunate with these projects. I've been pretty fortunate with the filmmakers I've worked with, and of course, I don't know, they allow me to work on these projects. I guess I've been very, very lucky and fortunate, and the other people don't hire me. It's really true. They haven't hired me.
But, you know, is it getting harder and harder to keep a stand-up career going?
Yeah, it is.
More and more movies.
Yes, it is. But that's okay because I mean, my first love has always been movies. But I do enjoy the stand-up, and there are breaks in between. There are long breaks in between. There might be a couple of months, so I get to stay and just, you know, keep my tools sharp, and it keeps me sharp, and it keeps me in front of the public, which I think is real important because they are constantly changing. But
it's just, Robert, I would like to warn you not to get too Hollywood on us. Can we get a tight shot of the socks? I mean, hey, is this a sign of incipient Hollywoodism creeping in here?
No. These socks, this is not Hollywood. Actually, I think I have these socks in New York. I mean, these are just my socks. I mean, they go well with it. Check out the silk cufflinks with the vest. I mean,
this man is coordinated.
I mean, it's okay. And of course, this is coming from the sartorial splendor of this man over here. I want you to look at. I mean, check out. You know, I mean, look at this man. You know, the penguin died, and he's got this thing. He's got the coffin on the shirt here.
You know, the first thing that John Peters was telling us, though, is that there are eyes on you as somebody other than merely a supporting actor who soon fades from center stage. I mean, there's a career blossoming maybe in some directions that possibly unexpected for you, a leading man even?
Well, if I don't know what leading man, you know, that's okay. The leading man just means he has the biggest part in the picture, you know. Well, you know, it's
well, is that all that means?
Well, yeah, it really does. I mean, as far as that goes. I mean, but I'm also, as far as behind the camera, has always been where a lot of my interest lies, as far as directing and producing and stuff like that.
But with all of these exotic ports of call, can anything top Union City? I happen to know friends.
Not Union City, Union. It's two different places. I grew up in Union.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes. See,
I didn't know there was a distinction.
Well, there is a distinction.
Oh, I see.
Yes, there's Union and there's Union City. There's an Oklahoma and there's an Oklahoma City also.
Yeah, but it's just with these exotic ports of call. It seems like we should make one over there as well if we're really going to.
I got my anniversary, my high school reunion coming up this year, and I'm going to be back there. I'm looking forward to that one.
What's next for you now? What's happening?
I'm doing a movie with called Blaze, with my buddy Ron Shelton, the writer-director, who story of Blaze Starr, the stripper, and her scandalous affair in the late 1950s with the governor of Louisiana, then Earl Long, and who's played by Paul Newman.
And to what use do you put that fabulous tongue and diction in that picture?
Well, I play the entrepreneur that, of course, there weren't any entrepreneurs, I don't think, in 1953. But,
especially in burlesque.
right. A man who first introduces Blaze to the world of show business by talking into taking her clothes off on stage for America.
The glib tongue. It's still functioning.
For America.
Good for you. Keep talking.
Good to you.
Robert Wuhl. And he's talking in Batman as well. We're both in Hollywood. I'm John Tibbetts for KCTV5.